Thanks for joining.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
coming and then meeting you in your office. Thanks for bringing me here. Thanks a lot. Right?
The pleasure is all mine.
Yes. Okay. So our community, we have already just told about you, saying that you are a star for us. and the reason we just wanted to name you as a star, you just took a time to just from the break and then joined. Did your Cisco very nicely. In fact, Deepa was there with us to talk about you all, how you guys did that. And then after that, you landed Infosys as well. And it's not something you just like that, you just got it. You cleared all around interviews, technical and everything. So break is not something which it bothers you. You were relevant and keeping yourself updated and everything. So this credit goes to you. And thanks for being a star and with us. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's just start with our community members. Team, as we just spoke to you earlier as well, Keerthi is with us and you are most welcome to share your questions and everything in the side window. We should be able to address it to you whenever we have a pass for her. So let's hear from Keerthi. How is her journey? Go ahead, Keerthi. Tell us about something about you.
Okay, so 2007 was when I graduated. I got into a IT company and things were going on very good after that. I've got really good projects to work on technically. The thing that I
Where did you join? Where were you working?
iGate Global Solutions.
iGate, okay.
Yeah. So the thing that I always wanted to do, I could do really well, and that is why it became my passion to do it more and more. And in 2011, I switched on to Samsung India software operations.
Okay.
So after that, I conceived, I had a baby, and I again joined back to Samsung. But then I realized I could not somehow manage both personal and professional front. And then I had to quit my job.
So when did you quit?
2012 July.
2012 July. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And then after 2-3 years into motherhood, then I realized, now my son is going to grow up. Now what? He gets into his own things and everything. So I just wanted to follow my passion again.
Okay.
And my passion was always being in IT, coding, performing, delivering, etc. So that is when I thought, I have to join back. And I tried applying in a lot of places. And I always got rejected, telling that you have a career break. You have been on a break for 4 years. This is kind of a very big thing. Even before interviewing me, they came to a consensus that, no, it is not possible for you to, ramp up to that level.
Okay.
But I always practiced a lot over, there are many coding forums now, HackerRank, TechGig, and so many other things. So I always kept on practicing. And that is when one day I got a call from Rampriya.
Okay.
I was like, why not give it a chance?
Okay.
At least, let's showcase what I have.
Absolutely.
Rather than, being judgmental of what you can do or what you cannot do, even before seeing you.
True.
So that is when I got into Cisco, got a good name from it, and I got that confidence back. Yes, I can do it.
Okay.
And then I started giving other interviews, and I could crack those interviews pretty well. I mean, the level of confidence was something different.
Absolutely. So technically you were practicing, but then the returnship also push your confidence back,
Definitely.
Right? So the people have just
scales
and bounces. Once you just get into the similar office environment, and after 2-3 months, now it's no longer a returnship. It is a lateral. You're ready to just go and do that and showcase you. How was that in Infosys interview? Because the one good thing I keep telling people whenever I get a chance to talk about you, it's not something, when you just got back to the career, you also got the hike, in the sense the next level.
Yes.
You never just gone back as a senior software engineer.
No.
You just gone back as a team lead over there, which was really commendable because of the effort what you put, not for the others, the effort what you just put. So how was that interview with the Infosys when you just go back?
Okay, so I was actually referred at interview, and when I came for the interview, that person actually saw my resume and he's like, okay, you have a 4-year break. Okay, let me see how things go. But he was very open-minded.
Okay.
He's like, see, if you perform well, I'm ready to give you this role. If you don't, then we'll have to see how it goes further.
Okay, perfect.
So I was pretty prepared because at Cisco, it was a complete development hands-on kind of thing that I had done. I always used to prepare myself through all these coding forums, reading on a regular basis whenever I get time from my other household chores. So at that time, this person just came in and he was like, he interview went on really well. He asked me to code at few places and he was also very happy. And of course, the name Cisco, the brand, the name Samsung, the brand, gives a different opinion of people,
right,
as to what you can do, what you cannot do.
Right.
And then everything went well. And I give credit to that person to being so open-minded and accepting.
Superb. And I also now keep the moment we just came and then we speak about Infosys. You're fond of just talking about that environment. Tell us something about that. How are you feeling now at Infosys?
Infosys is, again, it's very woman friendly. It is extremely woman friendly. You have, when I wanted to get back to work, my main criteria was striking a good balance. And for that, you need a little bit of work from home, because you never know when your child falls sick, and etc.
Right.
So at Infosys, first of all, I was put into a few projects wherein they asked me to work in shift, and I was very clear about it that no, I cannot do. This is my dedicated time. But beyond this time, if you require it, I can spend another extra time in the evening hours after my kid goes to sleep.
Absolutely.
I can dedicate those hours. People, again, I see a lot of women at Infosys, and they do understand a woman coming back from break and how it feels and everything. So the only thing that was put on me was to clear interviews. They'll do their job, and they'll find where exactly to put me and everything. So I did my job, they did their job. I landed up in a very good project with really good teammates. And
Super, all right. So
journey at Infosys has been really
great, all right. So a couple of learnings I can just derive from our discussion. One, you keep on brushing yourself when you were just getting a time. In fact, I think it's a planned activity. You made it. This is my housework. After this, I need to be on the system to upgrade myself. So that's I keep seeing about it. And of course, when you got the returnship from Cisco, you utilized it in a right way, just to learn, be hands-on, be practical, and other thing. And they just the result keep coming back because of your hard work, what you put. We are seeing about it. So tell us something about what the women here are just coming and then looking at you as an example to see what is that they have to do.
Okay. So
mostly for the IT people.
Okay. So women coming back from a break, first of all, number one, please don't mind, get out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
And number one is that, because I dramatically face that, because you get so used to your other life that you're scared to think about, what will happen there? Can I do it? You will have a lot of question marks. So first thing is get out of your comfort zone, prepare yourself really well. There are so many coding forums, there are so many websites which actually teaches you how to prepare yourself, what kind of questions are asked and everything. So prepare, get in depth into the concepts. People know that you're on a break, you cannot code to that perfection what other people can do, but all they look from you are the concepts.
Absolutely, right, you're right. All they're looking for is the basic concept, how strong you are, the fundamentals. If you are ready, picking up the language or picking up, it's not a big deal at all.
You can do that as when you are in the project. And then the number 3 is find a good support system.
Okay.
Yeah, and give your all, give your best, do it, go for it.
Super, right? So while we are just talking to Keerthi, as we just said about that, I think you can just revisit our other live FB live sessions where a lot of forums are there. We have just shared what is the 104 websites free for you to start learning about it, right? So just go and pick it up. But before even going to that, I keep telling the step 1 is always decide your career choice. What you want to do, right? So once you decide, rest of the second thing, third thing becomes easy. So if you have a challenge on first step itself, I don't know which career I have to talk, connect with us, right? All you have to do is just register yourself and then come back and mail us to our support@oursecondinnings.com. We are happy to just help you on that. How do we just do that? So decide your career path, spend some time online. If you're a tester, what is that best thing you can just do? And also look at that. Is the market is ready for the testing professional? If it is not there, how else we can just go and then pick it up? There are, being a tester now, the automation is becoming the bigger thing. As I was saying, scripting with automation, if you just do it in DevOps platform and then you connect with any startups, they are ready to give you the exposure. And we are here, platform like us are here to help you. But only thing is be ready to invest your time. To come to that level where we are seeing Keerthi, the investment of the time is what she was just doing about it. So build your time on investment part of it. So you are also seeing in the right side, again, once more, it's been popped up for you. What are all the online programming free courses are available. As per your career choice, pick up some of the courses and spend an hour or two, not even more than that. In a day, 1 hour, 2 hours for you to refresh yourself. Once you feel I am ready with a sufficient knowledge as per today, come back to us. I'm ready to do a project. What is that we can do? We will just create a project for you and then get exposed with that. And while you're doing the project, we'll also find any client can just use the project. This is how we are going to build the experience, because as I keep telling all of you, when you just go back to the corporate, all they would be looking for, are you relevant in terms of knowledge? Are you having an experience? So if you don't have anything, then we are just going to have the struggle, right? So now the 3 points I'll again reiterate for our community. 1, come out of your comfort zone. 2, just learn and then be ready with that. And the third one is just going to be just
give your best.
Give your best to just do about it. So with that, I also would like to just figure it out. How else is there a possibility for us to just be together? Do you think some possibility to just make the journey better? Or can I help you much better way? Both the way. You can also tell us if you think we can also, because we keep helping people to just go forward. So that's the one, you can just keep connected for anything, right? There is a network forum for the people who are working. We are just doing about that. That I can help you anytime. We are reachable anytime. We just do about it. And is there something else we can think of just helping the people better?
As of now, I'm not. Actually, what I was looking from her second innings, I've got it all.
Okay.
That is what I look forward to. Because see, you can help as much as you want, but the thing is, until and unless there's an effort from my end to make it happen, it will not happen.
Absolutely.
How much ever you try.
True.
So it is just on me or on us to actually figure out what we want in the first place, as you said.
Yes.
And then approach you. And definitely any questions or any doubts that we've come till now to you has never gone unanswered.
Okay.
It has always been perfect. I mean, see, we all face challenges, we all have problems in life, but we all have to figure out a way how to overcome that.
Absolutely.
Find a roadmap, work on it.
True.
So as of now, I don't see anything that is missing from her second innings, at least from me.
Okay.
I have not come across
perfect that. So thanks for the good credit, and I'm sure that's why we have just created the platform. We don't want any women to be at home. As long as they are financially independent, it's okay. But if they feel I am unable to bring money because I'm at home, that's the one thing we wanted to do about it, because we all know the pinch of it.
Yes.
Right. And as we were talking about that, when we just studied, family have just put so much of, parents have put so much of effort, given a study, and we started working just because after getting married and after having a kid, and taking the break is something unacceptable. So that's where it is. Good. So let's just ask the questions come from our community. Just team, go ahead and then raise your question. Anything for Keerthi, if you guys have something. We have a couple of more minutes to just wait for the response. Meanwhile, we have also see our WhatsApp part of it. Right. So the same questions are coming in the WhatsApp as well. Okay. The same question coming from WhatsApp as well is, what preparation you have just done for Cisco?
Okay. So what preparations I did? The first thing that I did was brush up on my skills in Java. To tell you very frankly, when I came back from a break, I had completely forgotten what Java was.
Okay.
Completely. Then it took me at least 6 months of time, first of all, to get out of my comfort zone, sit and study what is in front of me.
Okay.
Because, after that, Core Java was what I actually went through very studiously, understood the concepts, why they are, how they are. And then after that, I had prepared few notes coming from IDA to Samsung. Samsung also, I always used to prepare my notes because by the time I left, I had to give a extensive KT and I had all those documentations with me. And not in terms of coding, because we are not supposed to carry it. It's not
allowed.
It's not allowed. But as to what I had done, what all concepts had I implemented, what is the thing behind those concepts?
Absolutely.
What is it driving? So I went through all of them, because be it whatever years of career break, they will always ask what you've been doing.
True.
In your terms of experience. So what was the last project that you worked on? How did you overcome such and such a situation? Not technical, but it's more of a personality building kind of thing. How did you overcome them? What is all those things going on? So you need to recap what you have done over the years, and also extensively studying in terms of Java, and be a little hands-on, because these days people at any company, the first thing they give you is a code pad or a hacker rank or any such thing. Most of the people, especially in code pad, what happens is they don't see the exact output that you're getting, but they see your analytical thinking. Absolutely. How are you able to come to a conclusion? How are you able to code? What is your code quality is what they check. So if you're able to execute few things, I don't see any problem for you to do.
Awesome. Okay. So the code pad, when you said about, I also wanted to talk about your latest achievement, what you have just done about that, where you just went for a couple of rounds and then finally you just stood in the rank of 12.
No, not 12. The thing is,
tell me something. What is the competition? First?
Yeah. It was basically a sponsorship from TechGig. So TechGig is again a coding platform, just like HackerRank or CoderPad or one. So they kind of post online questions. So you answer those questions, you either win a cash prize or it is for a recruitment or something like that. For me, it is neither a cash prize nor the recruitment. For me, it is my passion to sit and code and do something beyond other things in life. So I used to go and participate in all such coding forums just to analyze where I stand.
Absolutely.
So someday I just saw again a thing, TechGig Geek Goddess. It was only for women kind of competition. Only for women competition, wherein women all over India will participate in coding challenges, and those who qualify will be taken to the next round. So there were 68,000 people who participated. We got to know in the final round. So 68,000 people, 120 people were called to Keerthi at Marriott Hotel, Telendur, and 120 people had to participate in the finale. So it was a very big event. There were a lot of women.
That itself is achievement. With 68,000, they just shortlisted 120.
Yeah, there were many rounds.
There were many rounds to shortlist.
Yes. So apart from that, so it was not that I was in 120. I was like, I could be amongst women. There were so many women. There were many corporate. In the evening session, we had kind of very corporate women who, from Accenture, Intuit, IASC, NASCOM, Cisco, who had all come in, and they were all there cheering us up, having their perspective on how women should present themselves in a corporate society. What they should look forward to, or how they should come up, because it's completely a male-dominated society.
Yes.
And we are trying to push ourselves and come up to that level.
Absolutely.
So it was very motivating in terms of their talk, as to, and very intuitive also. They used to tell us so many things that we should follow to come up and be at par with any other professional.
So from 120, what is your?
I don't know the rank. I did not win.
That's okay. Okay, that's perfect, right? So there's another question. Let me just pick it up as well. I guess the people are having some problem in seeing the connect part of it. So Swami is also messaging about it. So how are you balancing your home front now?
So as I said, choosing the right place to work is very important whenever you get back to work. So at least I can talk in terms of Infosys. So my son usually goes to school by 7:30. So his van comes. I've made sure that his van comes by that time, and I leave.
You leave.
So I make sure that he is, whenever he leaves from school, I'm there to wish him bye. And then I get into the cab here. Actually, Infosys has a mandatory work timing of 9 hours and 15 minutes. I cannot stay completely at 9 hours here, because I leave early. No matter what, I've made the expectation very clear from my end that I'll be leaving at 5 o'clock. But any work, I will be completing it. I will never have an issue with it after 8 in the evening. So I leave office by 5 o'clock, and after that, I log in again at around 8:30. I complete all my pending work.
On an average, what's the time you spend after logging in? At home?
At home, I spend it depends.
Maybe 2-3 hours?
1.5 to 2 hours.
1.5 or 2 hours.
Yes, it depends. Unless there's any critical issue.
Critical issues also you're ready to handle, because we need to be just working.
And yes,
so that's true. So more than the work from home option, the commitment, it's my job. And I have a delivery to just do that about it. And on an average, you also know that every day I need to dedicate some time to do that. That's become a routine for you.
Correct. And now, having that said, my son has also understood that expectation from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as soon as I come home, he knows I'm going to be there for him till he goes to sleep.
Okay.
And then it is me time and I do what I
Absolutely. Awesome. Right. So there's one more query. Can you read?
Were you lead before as well? Did you return back to the same position? Okay. I was actually not a technical lead. I was more on a technical analyst kind of a role when I quit Samsung. So I was actually 4.5 years experienced when I quit Samsung. So now after that, I came into Cisco and we were there for 5 months actually at Cisco.
6 months.
5 to 6 months.
5 to 6 months.
So I kind of got that break and I was like 5 or 2 months when I came into Infosys. So Infosys has a criteria that after 5 years, you get into a technical leader position. But that guy, as I said, the one who interviewed me, he said, look, boss, you have a break of 4 years. I understand you are 5 years, 3 months into IT, but that is your cumulative experience, but not your, you've just been like 6 months in Cisco. So I need to see how strong you are. So that is when my interview went on really well. I could crack it. And he asked me from everything from coding to concepts to everything which I could do. So that is when I got back into my role.
Super. So that's where it is. Is there any other questions? It's one is coming up here. Please share about how do you just brushing yourself in your free time? Or is there any pattern you have just followed or something?
Yes. I usually have a pattern. I usually get into coding forums because see, how much ever you read, right? Sometimes it tends to get monotonous. You're reading again and again, you're again forgetting, again you're reading and kind of thing. So what I usually do is get on such coding forums, but then it's a challenge. People, thousands and millions of people around the globe come into it and they participate.
Absolutely.
So it's one challenge to see how I fare amongst those people,
right?
And also that I'm so inclined towards all these kind of things, so I kind of code, and also that I also make sure that I see how better can that coding be done, because not all coding needs to have like hundreds and thousands of lines. So how better can you do it?
Right.
When you get into that term, you'll start reading. You'll start going around the web, seeing how better other people do it. What are the new things that have come in?
Yes.
How can I do it?
Okay.
One thing is that. The second thing is at Infosys, I take a lot of interviews. I make sure that whenever in my free time, I go and ask my manager, can I take some interviews?
Oh, okay.
She'll have a lot of profiles with her. Why I do that is not because I want to feel supreme or something. Why I do that is because I get to read so many things before I go there.
Absolutely.
But see, if you're an interviewer, you need to be
prepared, and you need to know more about that person's technology, what they are coming from.
Exactly. If I don't know few things and he is able to answer better than me, then it's not good for me.
Absolutely. Right.
So yes. So there are a lot of profiles that I take up compared like Java 8. I purposefully take up profiles that has Java 8, that has Angular. I work on Angular 1. Now there is Angular 4, 5.
4, yes.
So I purposefully, I attend trainings out here. There are a lot of trainings. My manager has also put me on an extensive training list. There are certain internal certifications, external certifications that I have to complete along with my work.
Oh, okay.
So all those things are there along with that. So I take it up because I have to fare better.
Right.
And also that all these interviews that I take, I understand. And also that it's just not asking questions and getting answers. I also try to explain to them that how it is.
Yes.
And this is how it is.
Right.
By teaching, you learn more.
True. That's true. So I think that's answered. Okay. Wow. So that's the response, right? So it's yes. Thanks, Archana, for asking about it, and just for others as well. Keerthi has just put lots of effort. In fact, her manager Deepa, when you would have seen the previous webinar, she has a commendable appreciation for their team, and this team is not only for Keerthi. I think 4 of them have just came and then made a difference where their work, whatever has been given, they just showcased. Break is not something which is hurting them or pushing them in a backseat. They just proved, okay, break is just the what do you say, intentional break what they have just taken. And once they come back over there, it doesn't matter to us. So they just did all of them. So thanks for asking that question. Something, let me just see here before we wind up. Is there any other question? Just feel free to just ask us. So while we are just, there is one more question. Keerthi, how do you just connect us with, is there a way we can just get connected and then get some personal queries to be answered or something? I will just pick it up, that question. Okay. We would be more than happy to connect you to Keerthi, not at all a problem. Just use us, so that would be much better. We would be able to do that part of it. And in case of Java, where you think you can just help them, probably we can also keep one online session for Java or something. You can just give us a brief or something if required. Beyond that, any one-on-one you record, so feel free to just connect with support@oursecondinnings.com. We would be more than happy to just connect it and then bring it back to you guys.
So I'm always in touch with you.
You are always on connect all the time, right? There's one more question from Archana. Does Infosys have a returnship programs? Okay, probably I'll pick it up on that. Yes, we do have a Infosys returnship programs. We have a specific ask for a couple of profiles. We are just started working on it. SAP and .NET and Java is the three things which we have just started doing. A little bit of a non-IT as well we are just doing about it. And this month there is another session we are planning to bring them also online with our community to tell them what it is all about. And already a couple of people are also shortlisted and selected for just getting onboarded. All you need to do is complete your profile at hersecondinnings.com. When I mean profile, it's just not the registration. It's about adding your complete detail. When did you work? What did you just doing during the break? Is there any support? It helps us to analyze your profile better and support you better. And upload your CV. Then connect with support@hersecondinnings.com. And there is a job also has been posted in our job portal. You can also go and directly apply to that. We should be more than happy to help you on that part. What is the second question? Just read.
How many years of experience required for returnship?
Okay. How many years of experience required for returnship? 3-4 years onwards, we are started taking up the people in the returnship. So that's what we are looking. But it doesn't matter. It's just not the Infosys returnship. I keep telling people about in the private forums about that. Returnship is nothing but creating the platform for you to gain the practical experience at organization. That's all it's all about. Even a year experience you have, but before we just do the returnship, the prerequisite is you need to be relevant in the skill what you are looking for. That's what Keerthi keeps saying about it. Even at my housework, I was just going through keeping it forums and coding part of it, which is my day in, day out life. So that when even in the returnship, they are just going to look at you, your basic fundamental concepts, how good you are strong on that. Also, if someone codes with 100 lines, can it be better than that 100 lines of code is where they are just looking. So that means you need to be strong in the algorithm as well, how you are just going to bring about it. So practice, be relevant. If you are doubt about saying that I'm good, I wanted to have a test, we do have an assessment. You can also connect with us to know where are you standing. If you, in the assessment, if you fare well, that means you are ready to get back to the returnship part of it. In the assessment, if you think you have just scored not very good, that means it's time for you to go and refresh. Assessment is not like an exam, like how we are just fearing our kids pass it. It's nothing like that. It is a validation for us to know where we are standing. That's all it's all about.
Yeah, and one main thing I would like to add on to this is, be ready to learn.
Yes.
Number one, be ready to learn and be quick at learning, and that is how you can prove yourself that returnship is not a big difference.
Absolutely. Returnship is okay. So returnship
break is not a
break is not a big difference. Even in returnship, it's not someone is going to come and train you. It's about how are you performing like a lateral to make sure you're ready to transition.
Correct.
That's all. Be ready to learn about that. Right? Okay. Fine. I have just taken your time till 12 o'clock. So thanks for just being with us. And if there is any query, we will come back and then post it across. Before we wind up, we'll just see any WhatsApp queries have just been there. Right. Fair enough. It is done. Thank you so much, and looking forward to come back with another session with just bringing that. Thanks for being a star with us. Thanks a lot. Take care. Okay. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.